Welcome. Well, it's good to be here with you, craftsmen, craftsmentees, and craftsmentors. I have to say that it fills me with a certain amount of pride to see that you guys are taking your software craftsmanship so seriously. It's a good thing. And it's a good thing because our civilization is very dependent upon software nowadays. And that means, of course, that our civilization is dependent upon you and me and people like us, programmers who write the code that run in the machines that do pretty much everything that our society needs done. So good on you. Continue the efforts towards professionalism. Continue to work on your disciplines, your standards, your practices, and all of those things that lead towards better software development in general. For you, I have 3 bits of advice that I thought I'd share with you today. Number 1, the discipline of test-driven development. I certainly hope that you are all practicing test-driven development. I know that you've been looking at my books and you've been studying the things that I say, and I hope that you have taken seriously my advice to always be using test-driven development, always be working towards making sure your unit tests are covering as much as possible. I know that you can't use test-driven development for everything, but you can use it for a lot. And it would be unfortunate if you found yourself unable to refactor, unable to clean your code because you didn't have enough tests. So take that one very seriously, like I do. The next bit of advice I'd like to give you. Know your customer. Know your customer's business. I'll tell you a little story. I worked for a company a long time ago, long time ago. And we wrote software for the telephone company, as a matter of fact. That was our client. Our customer was the telephone companies. And our CEO had a policy. Everybody who wrote software for that product had to go into the field, get into a telephone repairman's repair truck, and spend the day with a telephone repairman as he climbed up on the poles to repair phone lines. That was when I did it, that was a very insightful day. I learned a lot about the people that my software was serving. So I recommend the same for you. I don't know if you can go out into the field with the telephone repairman. Maybe that's not the kind of business you are involved with, but you should certainly know your customers. You should know their business. Never fall into the trap of thinking that software development is some kind of abstract thing. Oh, all we do is write the code. No. You are serving real people, and you must know the needs of those real people. You must be able to understand those needs and identify with those needs so that you can do an appropriate job of developing the software for the people you serve. Lastly, bit of advice. Software developers never stop learning. You should learn a new language every year. This is an old rule that's been around forever. If you get the book called The Pragmatic Programmer, a great book written by Dave Thomas and his buddy, I can't remember his name right now. He was there at the Agile conference, but I should remember his name, but I don't at the moment. But the pragmatic programmers in there, they say, learn a new language every year. Well, yes, do that. And it really doesn't matter what the language is. It's not necessarily a language that you will ever use for anything. The idea is to learn a different way to say the things that you say every day so that you can get a better idea of how to grow into this craftsman field of ours, to learn different ways to express our problems, to understand the different ways that you can formulate a program. So, for example, learn Forth. I'm sure you will never use Forth, but learn Forth. It's a fascinating language to try and use. Learn Clojure. I'm writing Clojure now. I write a lot of Clojure. Learn Clojure. Learn Prolog. All these languages that you will probably never lose, but they will give you a very, very deep insight into what programming actually is. In any case, guys, by the way, learning, the best way to learn is to teach. So learn how to teach and teach. Become the craft mentors for the craft mentees and turn them into craftsmen. Anyway, guys, I wish you all well. I'm filled with pride that you have taken this so seriously. And with that, I bid you a good day. And perhaps one day, the fates will allow that I could come and visit. I'd like that.